So this year's dog walking holiday, we thought we'd nip up to Dumfries and Galloway in the southwest side of Scotland. We needed somewhere central because we're going to try and cover that whole peninsula. So Newton Stewart was ideal. Welcome to Barley Cottage. So we looked at some caravans but decided on Barley Cottage. Beautiful little cottage, really nice, fully equipped, 6 berth if you really wanted to put 6 in it, but we had only got the 2 of us and the dog. And it was £604 for a week. Straight through the door on your right you've got this lovely kitchen, fully equipped, dishwasher, washing machine, everything you want. Straight up the stairs you've got your first room in front of you with a pull-out bed. Then you've got this room with 2 beds, chest of drawers, dog's bed, look. And then you've got the double room at the front, and these rooms are lovely and big, really nice size, all double glazed, all the windows open, so you get plenty of air through it if it gets warm. Bathroom's lovely, electric shower, which is quite nice, quite powerful. Again, all quite modern, all recently been refurbished by the looks of things. This was the little spare bed with the pull-out bed. It's got a nice skylight there. And then the living room, again, nice settee, and you got the Wi-Fi, which was all in BT Wi-Fi. And then this beautiful veranda out the back with a lovely view of the river. Really nice. And you can see you've even got deer walking down from the forests, which was lovely. Stunning views, absolutely stunning. There's a car park out the back if you want to park your car behind the property, or you can just put it on the road at the front. There's more than enough space for 2 cars. Don't try this at home, kids. Geronimo. So this was Newton Stewart. It's stunning, right on the river. And if you took a 5-minute walk up the river, just beyond the houses on the left, you could see that swing bridge across the river. It's like a walk bridge. And down there was like a small little pebbly beach where you could just go up there and paddle. Dog could have a paddle in the water. It's a great little walk. So it was a 5-minute walk from the front door. You can see right into the Galloway Forest hills. Really good location. Even if you didn't want to go far, you could walk around Newton Stewart. There was some river walks. There was the forest walk up into the woods on the left, and this is the back of the cottage. So we unpacked his bags, went straight into the Galloway Forest. So you head off to the Trool Visitors Centre and then go straight past it and carry on down the road, and you end up at the car park at Bruce's Stone. We found a beautiful walk round Loch Trool. It was gorgeous. So this is Bruce's Stone overlooking Loch Trool. And you can see the pathway up on the top left there that runs all the way across the top of the hills, and that goes all the way round across a little bridge at the bottom, and then you walk up another gravel path which brings you back out onto a single track road, and then you walk all the way back round to the Bruce's Stone car park. Like I say, it's about 2.5 hours all the way around. It's a nice walk. It was a bit confusing because it turned out there was more than one Bruce's Stone, but this was the best one. So the best thing you can do on this one is go straight past the visitors centre and follow the road right up to the car park at the top, which is by Bruce's Stone. Free parking, and then you can do the complete circular walk all the way around the lake. 5.5 miles in length. It's varied terrain, and I think it took us about 2.5 hours, something like that, but it was well worth it. It was a beautiful afternoon. So on the first day we headed straight down. We were heading for the Isle of Whithorn. Nice steady drive from Newton Stewart. Took about 40 minutes to get down there. We went through Garliston to the Whithorn town and then down to the Isle of Whithorn. First thing that you notice about these little villages, there's nothing going on and there's nobody about. It's really quiet. It's like you're on the moon. There's absolutely nobody about at all. It's really weird. Just not what we're used to. The next little stop off was St Ninian's Cave, which was just about a 10-minute drive from the Isle of Whithorn. Now this was the cave that wasn't really a cave. It was a lovely walk down to it, nice little car park at the top. It took about 40 minutes to get down to the cave, but it wasn't a cave. It was hilarious, really funny.
Yep, there it is. You can barely stand in it.
We had a quick stop at Port William, but it was pretty much very samey as the other ports that we'd been to, so we carried on. That first peninsula, not half as nice as the Stornoway side.
So on day 2 we took to the road again and headed down to the Mull of Galloway. It was about an hour's drive.
This was a beautiful coastal route with the roof down, the sun was beaming, it was absolutely beautiful. All the way down to the Mull of Galloway. Now there's a big lighthouse down there right on the tip. But there's a beautiful coffee shop. Oh, it was amazing. So you've got the visitor centre, coffee shop, cakes, sandwiches, whatever, and the views were absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. Just a short little jolly up the coastline, beautiful coastal road, brings you out at Port Logan. This is used in loads of TV programmes. The 2,000 Acres of Sky was filmed there. It's really picturesque, it's really quiet, but it's got a beautiful beach. There's not a lot there other than the beach, but it's beautiful.
It's not far up the coastline, you're blessed with this beautiful beach. We were a really good day, the weather was lovely. You've got this little lighthouse on the edge of the harbour. And it's just a beautiful bay. It's got lovely soft sand, really picturesque. But what a cracking day. What a cracking day this one was. It was really nice. This coastline along this Stornoway side, it's just so much more to it. It's got a bit more sand, there's not so much rock. It's a much nicer bays as you go along. It's really lovely. Beautiful sea, look at that, it's gorgeous.
So then just another little hop up the coast and it came to our favourite place. This was Port Patrick. It's a beautiful little place. What a lovely little town. A bit more lively, there's a few pubs and restaurants selling nice food. This was the cliff walk to the south side of Port Patrick. The views are absolutely stunning. It was really high off the edge of this cliff. It was a bit eerie, but if you continued down it, it brought you down to an old castle ruin. The views are absolutely stunning, really nice. So it'd take you about 10 minutes to walk down to this castle. You can continue to go a bit further if you wished. And this is the view back to Port Patrick, so you can walk all the way along the top of the cliffs and the town opens up in front of you. It's got a beautiful harbour. You've got the lifeboat station. There's the first white building in front of us is a little amusement arcade and cafe. And there's 3 or 4 really good hotel restaurants as you're walking around the bay. If you carry on straight across the harbour, they can see the cliff in front of us. That's the Uplands Path, and you can walk along that. It takes you about an hour and you can get to the lighthouse and the beautiful sandy bay. What are you doing? And just round the corner there's a pathway. The Uplands Walk starts here and you can go along the coastal path. And it comes to Clatteringshaws Lighthouse and Bay. If I pronounce that right, I'm not sure. But it is an absolutely stunning beach. It's the best beach we found while we were there. Loved it, and we went back a couple of times. Port Patrick, yes, super place.
Found an absolute beauty there, look, that's lovely. Oh, and that one. So Clatteringshaws Lighthouse and Bay. This was beautiful. You had to watch the tide because when it came in it did completely cover the beach, but you got a good 8 hours or so while it was out, so you had plenty of time to go down to the beach, but it always meant that it was nice and clear and clean every time you went down. This was the lighthouse at the end of the cove there, which has just been sold for about 500,000. So I'm sure that'll be turned into a hotel or a guest room at some point. It'd be really nice to stop there.
So we left Port Patrick and we did the complete west side all the way round to Stranraer.
It looks further than it is, and you do get some great views of the Loch as you're driving round. So we left the cliff top parking at the beach and headed out up this single track road. There's a lot of single track roads around these sort of areas, so you've got to be a bit wary, take your time. But the views are stunning because it's so remote. It's so remote, it's lovely. Look at that cliff top view, look, it's absolutely beautiful. You've got loads of sheep and cows keep walking in front of the car as you're driving up this road.
There's some really nice scenic parts on the drive round, but didn't really find anywhere to stop. There's not a lot going on over there. It's a bit of it's very desolate. It's farms and stuff like that, so there's not a great deal going on. Stranraer though, quite a busy town, big port, free parking everywhere, so it was really good. We stopped, had a coffee, and then headed back to Newton Stewart.
The Coffee Bean in Stranraer, overlooking that old castle in the middle of the road.
So just 5 minutes from the apartments is this beautiful area here. And this is our little ritual now. The dog every morning drags us down here for a splash in the river. But it's beautiful, and it's 5 minutes from the apartment.
So after a little splash in the river, we'd head down to Newton Stewart to the riverbank cafe, which was the best cafe in the town. They had lovely coffees and nice breakfasts. A real good find. And it was dog friendly as well.
So this is Clatteringshaws Loch and Visitors Centre. It's not half as good as Loch Trool. On the way here, we looked on the old Google and that, and it said there was a 3.5 mile walk. But we've got here and got to the Visitors Centre, and all there is a short path up to the Bruce's Stone. This is the second Bruce's Stone because we'd already seen the first one over at Loch Trool. But yeah, it's nice, it's beautiful, but the walking side of it over here is not as good at all.
So this is the Visitors Centre, and on the left you can see the main road which leads up to Loch Clatteringshaws. It's a lot flatter, this one. It's not as hilly. There is a path on the far side, but it's not a designated walk. And over on the right, over here we've got the path, which is about 20 minutes walk down to Bruce's Stone. You can see this pathway here. The Forestry Commission have done a lot of work clearing trees to open the area up for the viewing of the lake.
Good reviews, isn't there?
So we'd had a lovely stay. It was time to fill in the visitors' book and pack his bags. Head off home.
Goodbye, Barley Cottage.
So as we lock the door and post the keys through the letterbox, I'll put the details of this cottage in the information if anybody wants to go and have a visit.
Yeah. So it's been a really good week. In the end, we covered over 1,080 miles. Bless the old car. Dog loved it, plenty of walking, had a really good time. If you enjoyed that, drop me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.